right, so how did you let your friend down here?
Oh, so this is the weekend where I decided that I wanted to go out. And I went out with my friend, and I knew that she was probably going to be on the prowl, looking for some guys,
Sure.
So I'm like, girl, I got your back. I am going to be your wing woman. But we needed to come up with some rules. Okay, because I know there's been times where I've intercepted and I shouldn't have. So I'm like, all right, we need a little code of when to intercept with someone that you're not feeling or anything like that. So
you are a good wing woman.
Yes.
You're going into the game. You got to have a game plan.
Taking notes, Mo?
I am.
Yeah.
And so we came up with a little signal, right? If she, tugged on her ear a little bit, it'd be like, yo, get me away from this dude. And I'm like, all right, cool. And then she's like, if anything else, just let it rock. I was like, all right, and I'll watch from afar. So on this particular night, it's three of us. We decided to go out, and when we go out to this lounge, like we're sitting at the bar, but it's kind of like at a corner. So we're like the last three seats on a corner, and like there's like 5 seats on the other side, and it's all a group of dudes. And as soon as we walk in, it's like whoosh. It's like all the eyes are on us because we were the only ladies at that bar. And I'm like, oh, I don't know how this is going to go. All right. Like, is it going to be weird? Is it going to be awkward? But those guys are pretty chill. And then one of my friends, she ends up leaving. And as she leaves, a guy, and I'm going to just refer to him as a pimp named Slickback. Because
that's an interesting choice of name, Kate.
his outfit gave a pimp named Slickback vibes. And those who watch Boondocks know what I'm talking about. All right, so there's this tall man, all right, in a like brown top hat and a brown leather vest with a button down under it.
Okay, is this an OG or a dude that is trying to be trendy, old school?
Oh, no, this is OG.
Okay.
He's giving OG vibes.
As a player from the Himalaya.
Yeah. But it's like the way he walks up is like a pimp. And so he walks up to my friend and he casually like posts his elbow up like, hey, little lady.
Hey, young thing.
He does the pimp lean.
Yeah, he does the lean. And the lean, and I'm like, oh no. And I'm like watching from the side. And she does the little ear tug thing. I'm like, oh, I got to get her away from this creep. So I'm like, this is my chance. So I move in and start, talking to both, like, hey, how's the night going? Da-da-da-da, right? And as we're having conversation, I'm trying to figure out a game plan to get her away. I'm like, oh, we need to go over here type of thing. He's like, let me talk to you for a second. And I'm like, all right, cool. If he's talking to me, it's getting attention away from her. And she can kind of like make a run for it.
Go to the bathroom or something.
Yeah. But old boy here's thinking like 3.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's what he's at.
He doesn't have it in him. Probably. It doesn't sound like. But maybe he took that Viagra.
But you're jumping on the pimp grenade.
Yeah, because I'm prepared to hurt his feelings. Yes. Yeah.
That sounds messy.
It always is.
Everywhere.
If one thing like she knows is like if she gets away, I'll catch up eventually. Most see me do that too. Like I'll catch up. I can get away from a situation.
Many of time. She come up to you out of breath and everything.
And so as I'm talking to him, I'm like, all right, cool. I got the creep away. Out of my peripheral, as I see her trying to make her escape, is an even creepier dude in yellow approaching her. And then I realized that was his friend. So
it was a trap. It was a pimp trap.
It was a pimp trap.
No.
So there were 2.
Yeah, pimps usually have a partner.
There were 2. So she got trapped by the one that even looked worse than the one I was trying to avoid. And I'm like, now I can't help her because I'm trying to talk to him. And he's like, I want you. And I'm like, I'm a lesbian. He's like, so.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
I feel like telling a pimp that you're a lesbian is not a deterrent. If anything, that's like it's
a challenge.
Yeah.
Plus, he had himself a wing pimp. So he were doing the same thing that you guys were doing.
Mm-hmm. And so I feel like I failed her because I didn't do my proper scouting of who he was with. I thought he was alone and didn't know that he had a backup plan.
Yeah.
To have somebody attack her.
It's hard to be prepared for 2 pimps at one time, man. That's not easy.
You know what I think? Can I give you guys a homework assignment? All right. Then the homework assignment is this, because both of you guys now have confessed that you fumbled in being good wing man, wing woman. Mm-hmm. Why don't you guys come in tomorrow with a list of instructions to be a good wing person?
Okay.
All right. Based on your failures. A wing guide.
This has to happen.
Yes.
This has to happen.
Yeah, we're going into date and see. This has to happen.
Okay.
Do we want to trust the 2 people who have failed to put this guy together?
Well, we keep asking you to set people up on dates, so why wouldn't we?
That's not fair, okay?
Yeah.
I don't know why I had to get dragged all of it.
I'm just saying you got to overcome your failure.
Yes. We've learned from our mistakes, right?
Okay.
Tell you what not to do.
All right.
The Bert Show.